He stood before African leaders and said something no president was supposed to say out loud. "We cannot repay the debt." Months later, he was dead. Not voted out, not defeated in war, assassinated. I tell stories history softened. Subscribe if this kind of truth matters to you.
Thomas Sankara did not inherit power. He seized it, not for wealth, but for direction. When he renamed Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, land of upright people, he wasn't rebranding a country. He was declaring independence from a mindset. He cut government salaries, sold luxury cars, vaccinated millions of children, promoted women into positions of authority, planted trees to fight desertification. He wanted Africa to stand without permission, and that kind of vision does not go unnoticed.
Debt. Not soldiers, not coups. Debt. Sankara argued that African nations were being strangled by loans they did not truly benefit from, loans negotiated under unequal power, loans tied to foreign control, loans that recycled dependency. He called foreign debt a cleverly managed reconquest. In a world built on financial leverage, that was not economic policy. It was defiance.
International institutions watched. Regional leaders grew uneasy. Burkina Faso was small, but its message was loud. If other African states followed Sankara's example and collectively refused repayment, the global financial structure would tremble. Power rarely reacts publicly. It recalculates quietly.
But resistance does not only attract external enemies. It strains internal alliances. Sankara's reforms were fast, sometimes harsh. Traditional elites were challenged, political rivals sidelined, military officers unsettled. Revolutions demand discipline, and discipline breeds resentment. Among those closest to him was Blaise Compaoré, his friend, his comrade, his ally. History often shifts not at the border, but in the room. During a meeting in October 1987, gunfire erupted inside the presidential compound. Witnesses say Sankara did not attempt to escape. Within minutes, he and several of his colleagues were dead. Official language called it a rectification, policy correction, stability restoration. Power always sanitizes its violence. Historians debate the full extent of foreign influence, internal rivalry, and geopolitical calculation, but there is no serious dispute about this. Thomas Sankara was killed in a coup led by his former ally, and his economic resistance ended that day. What remains debated is not whether he died. It is why his ideas were so dangerous. Blaise Compaoré took control. Debt relationships normalized. Foreign ties softened. The revolution slowed. On paper, order returned. But Sankara's speeches survived. His image endured. His warnings about dependency echoed across generations. You can kill a leader. You cannot easily erase a question he forced the world to answer. In 2014, mass protests forced Compaoré from power after 27 years in office. In 2021, investigations into Sankara's killing resurfaced. A court in Burkina Faso revisited what bullets tried to bury. And across Africa, young people began rediscovering his words. Debt, sovereignty, dignity. The issues did not disappear, they matured. Thomas Sankara governed for only 4 years. He did not win. He did not outlast the system he challenged, but he proved something uncomfortable, that economic control can be resisted, that dependency can be questioned, that fear is not inevitable, and that is often enough to make power nervous. He refused foreign debt, and in doing so, he exposed how tightly control can be wrapped in paperwork instead of chains. The system survived him, but it has never been fully comfortable since. More stories like this? Subscribe.